Okay, fight fans, fight fiends, welcome back to Manny's Thoughts. I, of course, Manny MTL or Manny Montreal. Make sure to check me out on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Patreon, and of course, thefightcity.com. As usual, I'll give you guys my thoughts on what's going down in the world of combat sports. Let's get started. Welcome back, fight fans and fight fiends. Before I get to the congratulations, I do have a couple thank yous to give out. Yours truly was able to make it to Shawinigan only because of you. $10, $20, $30 at a time through PayPal and my Patreon account. You guys made that trip happen. I owe you an enormous thank you. Thank you to the Fight Fiend who lent me his truck knowing that the 94 Buick wasn't going to be able to make it. You know, I was truly blown away. I really didn't think I was going to be able to make it, and I made a couple posts suggesting that I would need help, and you guys came through. I really do appreciate it. Keep watching, keep sharing, keep helping out. We got some major trips to be talking about real soon and later on in the show, so thank you again. I really do appreciate it. So as far as congratulations go, congratulations to the Ida Tiger promotional team. You guys did a fantastic job in Shawinigan. To be fair, my expectations weren't too high. I knew it was a small town and I really didn't know much about it other than what I could Google. That being said, over 5,000 fans showed up at this event and man was the place rocking. They did this whole tailgate thing in the parking lot beforehand. It was lit. They had music and giveaways and giant poster cutouts of the main event, a dunk tank, some kids practicing boxing. It was a great time to be had by all, and honestly, thank you, Eye the Tiger, for proving that Shawinigan is definitely a fight town. I really didn't think it would be that successful, and man, did it blow my expectations out of the water. Shawinigan, thank you for having me. Some of the nicest fans I've ever met. To date, I have not taken as many selfies as I have in Shawinigan. I was getting stopped. It's a new experience for me and it's super fun because people yell out my name and I just somehow assume they know me, so I walk over there thinking I forgot who they are. Turns out I had never met them. They introduced themselves and asked for a picture. To be honest, I kind of really like it. It's been really fun meeting people out in Shawinigan. It was a fantastic night of fights. The entire card was stacked. What a great night of fight. Every fight was fantastic. That being said, let's talk about the two main event fights. First off, the co-main, Eve Ulysses versus Espana. Folks, I told you so. There's no other word for it. This kid is going to pitch no-hitters for the rest of his career. He belongs on HBO. Espana must have been the most frustrated fighter in the history of time. 10 rounds, throwing punches the entire time, landing nothing. Do you have any clue? I'm surprised Espana just didn't take his gloves off in the middle of the ring and throw him down and kick him outside and just walk away. It was frustrating. If you're trying to figure out Eve Ulysses, he definitely did not have a clue. Man, beautiful stuff. And now the WBC Franco Super Lightweight Champion, the sky's the limit for Eve Ulysses. As for the main event between Simon Keane and Adam Braywood for the WBC Franco title and the IBO heavyweight title, it's exactly as I predicted, folks. This was a 50-50 fight. Whoever got to their gun first was going to win. Simon Keane put down a beautiful game plan, a truly destructive jab, and put away Adam Braywood in 3 rounds to secure his spot as a 2-belt champ here in Canada. Kudos to Adam Braywood, who a year ago wasn't even boxing, and now found himself in basically the biggest Canadian heavyweight fight in the last 10 years. The ball's on the dude. The ball's on the dude. Here's the thing. Adam Braywood needs to go back to the drawing board, needs to get more work put in. I don't think he's done. You can't be the way he is and be done. I say, let's just see where Adam Braywood is a year from now, because if you look at what his progression was in 1 year, the progression after 2 will definitely still be very interesting. Simon Keane can look forward to maybe calling out some bigger names. I'm hoping that Franco title will lead to the Reptile Duhaupas from France. That would be one hell of a fight. The dude's got a serious reach and a real name in the fight world. And if Simon Keane wants to, break through on the international scene, Duhaupas would definitely be a great matchup. Now, as far as what's going down on the Fight City and thefightcity.com, great articles and posts on the daily for you guys to check out. A fantastic social media feed. Make sure to check us out on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, everywhere. Thefightcity.com. Now, as far as news-wise, we got a lot to talk about. A lot of things are happening. And a bit of a segue from my Shawinigan talk, there's a rumor out there that Eve Ulysses is now being talked about as a potential fighter to be on the undercard of Canelo Triple G2, which recently just got agreed upon. It seems like Canelo had to make some concessions. There's no more IBF belt, but somehow Triple G is now only making 45%. I don't truly understand it. I really don't get how this is not a 50-50 fight. If anything, the percentages should be reversed. Canelo should take a massive pay cut, seeing as how he failed a drug test. That's my opinion on that. As far as other news is concerned, I guess YouTube is getting into the boxing world. I have no clue who these guys are, but I figure if I mention them, maybe I'll get a couple views on this fucking thing. KSI versus Logan Paul. KSI is a YouTube guy from England who actually had a pro fight, and Logan Paul is a YouTube douchebag. Basically, these guys are going to be fighting, and Shannon the Cannon Briggs was at the press conference, so I'm talking about it. And I think this fight might happen in February or something. I really don't care, but let's get some views. Creed 2 was just announced. The preview just came out, and make sure to check that out. I am looking forward to it. They're talking about Thanksgiving, so that's a whiles away, but it is what it is. A little closer to home, we did get some news. There was a press conference for the Pascal Bosse showdown that's going to be going down in 2 weeks. However, yours truly has it on the rumor tip that that fight might get pushed back a whole month, which sucks for the undercard, but it is what it is. Now, initial reports seem to be something about commission having issues, and then I heard something about somebody being injured, but the truth is, I think ticket sales might be a problem. Who knows? But right now, it's only a rumor. We're 2 weeks away from the fight. Hopefully, it's not off, but we'll see what happens with that. As far as gym's concerned, they made a lot of news this week. First up, they're looking to solidify the fight between Caleb Johnson and Beterbiev. They're looking for June 26th for that one. That's really close away. Beterbiev's been in camp, and I don't know if he takes this fight, seeing as how he's fighting them in court still. But Group Yvon Michel's doing their job, so I don't know. We'll see what happens with that fight. Hopefully it happens. I want to see Beterbiev in the ring. In other news, the WBC seems to be strong-handing Adonis Stevenson with a mandatory fight. A little too fucking late for that shit, in my opinion. I'm a little upset with the WBC, seeing as how they screwed Eleider Alvarez and all of the Montreal fans out of a great light heavyweight fight. They're talking about Alexander Gudzik. I'm not sure if I'm saying that guy's name right, but the guy's a killer, and I'm pretty confident Adonis Stevenson wants nothing to do with him. Be prepared. They're talking July 2nd for that one. I laugh hysterically for news on that, because personally I think Badu Jack versus Stevenson is going to happen again. Last but certainly not least, my man Shaquille Finn, the Jamaican juggernaut, July 21st is going to be heading down to New Zealand to fight Moses Osmatagi. I'm not sure if I'm saying his name right. It really doesn't matter. I am Team Juggernaut all the way, and you should be too. Guys, if you're a serious sponsor or a fan, get on the Juggernaut train now. He's going to New Zealand and coming back with a strap. Mark my words. As far as what we can watch this week, I gotta do this quick because we are already Wednesday. I've been running behind. I got all kinds of pictures on my Facebook for you guys to check out from Shawinigan, so please go check that out. But going down Thursday night in Queens, New York, the Bella Entertainment is going to be putting on a fantastic card. Just two names highlighted on there I want to bring up to you guys. Raquel Miller and Alicia Napoleon, two female boxers, definitely names you guys should be watching out for. Friday, we got all kinds of fights to talk about. We got England, Japan, Spain. There's all kinds of fights going on in the U.S., but more importantly, from Detroit, Michigan, the Motor City, Showtime Boxing is back. Clarissa Shields versus Hannah Gabriel. Hannah Gabriel's a real contender, 18-1 with 11 KOs. Clarissa Shields only with 5-0. Also on that card, Christina Hammer versus Tori Nelson. A bunch of undefeated fighters. Really happy boxing is back in one of the meccas of boxing. Good luck, Detroit. I really hope you guys have a really good show. That being said, Saturday, we got a lot of stuff to talk about. Saturday AM, there is some MMA for us to check out. There is one championship, and also that Ultimate Fighting thing is going to be in Singapore. Both of them are going down at 7 a.m., so if you're up, it's something to watch. I will always tune in when Cowboy Cerrone is on, so it is what it is. In the afternoon from the O2 in London, England, BT Sports, ESPN brings you Martin Murray versus Roberto Garcia. This is the fight Billy Saunders had to get out of, but the undercard is stacked with names, guys. People I want you to check out: Daniel Dubois, Anthony Yard, and O'Hara Davis. P.S. Little asterisk on O'Hara Davis. If you get a chance, go over to the Punishment by Proxy YouTube page. Fantastic boxing documentaries. Canadian girl from here doing real big things in the boxing world. She did a fantastic series on O'Hara Davis. Make sure to go check it out. She also did some stuff on Billy Joe a while back. Go check out her page. Shout out to her. Punishment by Proxy. Some serious stuff. Back to fighting from Glasgow, Scotland. Josh Taylor, Victor Postal. This is a serious fight with some serious consequences. I'm really looking forward to that one. Hopefully the winner of that will maybe come to Canada, or maybe a Canadian will go up to see them. Also in the afternoon, from Mexico, the WBC featherweight titles on the line. Burchelt versus Barros. That's a perfect afternoon of fights. Later on at night, Golden Boy Boxing from California, ESPN, Ortiz versus Salgado. Last but not least, more importantly, what I will be attending this Saturday night at the Casino Memorial, and that you can watch yourselves on punchandgrace.com, the Eye to Tiger pay-per-view channel. It's a cheap price. I forget how much it is, but trust me, go check it out. It's going to be dirt cheap because it's the casino show, and you're going to get some premier boxing for a low, low price. Great undercard, but I'm just going to talk about a couple fights on here. In particular, the return of Ghislain Manny Maduma. I'm looking forward to this. I personally did not like the way he left the game, and him being back at it makes me nothing but happy. He is a true contender. And I think one or two more fights to get him back into the swing of things, you never know. Manny Maduma might be fighting for a title. Stephen Butler, also on this card. Fantastic fighter. Young man you guys need to be watching out for. Also, Eric Bazinian, Bazo, 19-0 with 14 KOs, is fighting David Zagara. The guy's 32-2. It's for the WBO, NABO strap. Really fantastic fight. If that's not enough for you, quite possibly the best fight of the night, in my opinion. This is going to be the fight of the night. Mathieu G-Time Germain versus Christian Uruzquieta. I'm not sure if I'm saying his name right. G-Time's 14-0 with 8 KOs. This is for the IBF North American strap. He is one bad super lightweight from Montreal. He's the other half of the super lightweight killers that I think live here. Personally, this is going to be really cool to see a young man get his first title. If you're looking for some information about his opponent, I don't have too much, but I do know that his last loss a couple years ago was against Tony Luis. So that being said, here's hoping G-Time pulls out the win and then calls out Tony Luis, because that will be one hell of a matchup. If you know Tony Luis, you know some old school boxing right there. Both guys have similar styles. it would just be a fantastic Canadian matchup. Fingers crossed that happens. Guys, that is it for me this week. It's been a jam-packed month of boxing. We are almost going to be heading towards a break, I hope sometime soon. I got to put some money together. Yours truly wants to go to Triple G Canelo 2. I have credentials. I just don't have the money for the flight or the hotel. Same goes for New Zealand. I can get the credentials to go watch Shaq, but I'm not going to be able to pay $2,300 to fly to New Zealand. I even checked, the cheapest flight was $1,800, and I would have to take about 4 layovers. Guys, if you pay for it, I will do it and chronicle it. I don't care how many countries I have to go through, how many trains, planes, and automobiles. If I can, I am going to New Zealand. And last but not least, coming up real soon in Atlantic City, Kovalev, Alvarez. That's a fantastic matchup. If you guys want to help me get to all these shows, go to my Patreon page, hit me up on PayPal, send me an e-transfer. I don't care how you do it. Put a 20 in my hand when you see me. I appreciate all of it. I really do appreciate the love from you guys. This weekend was a true reminder that I cannot give up, that there is too many of you that I am fighting for, and too many of you that are fighting for me. So that's it for me this week. Like, share, subscribe. Let's blow this shit up. I'll see you guys next week.